to this first map on binds here. This is the map pick of Wichita Southeast, and already some agents locked in. It looks like that the side of the Patriots will be going for a double controller composition.
Right, it's just something that we've seen popping up a lot more, especially on bind as well, especially with the rise up of the Killjoy, which I am all in favor for, along with on the other end. We see Jello, he's hovering the Phoenix. So I'm not going to say nothing yet until it actually does happen, and I doubt it actually will. But aside from that, though, on the other side of the defense, we're seeing Wichita take the Reyna, which I like, the Sky, which is a natural, and going forward the Chamber and raise Brimstone to lock it all down. So not too bad, pretty standard stuff. And the Viper, of course, on the other end to match everything else. So nothing too out of the ordinary.
Definitely not. What's going to be really nice for AESHS Patriots is going to be having that additional pressure running that double controller composition. You can have Sheriff Shaquille playing that very lurky-esque role and just pressuring most often towards the A side. You usually see a toxic screen being thrown up towards A short and whatnot. Then Nico can be available to roam with the rest of the team and actually lay down smokes for an execution. And then that just kind of forces Wichita on the defender side to kind of have to hold a bit more firm, change their positioning up to avoid getting isolated in U-Haul.
Exactly, right? Because especially if you're looking at the double initiator on the side of Wichita as well too. So that in general should be quite fun as because but what we're looking at with the Rays and Reyna too, the Reyna I expect to play a lot more that lurk role, which he naturally does on Bind as well. But the issue is defense on Bind as well too. Reyna be putting out a lot more of our layers and then have to take it a bit slower. For now though, as we head into first map of the day, we'll see how Wichita managed to start things off. And we believe one of their players taking a couple of seconds just to join up with the rest of the team. For now, the late shower controls is taken to use the bird, flare them off, but the push comes in. The flash to take a couple of seconds off the clock. But currently, the rest of Wichita all forced to back off. They're playing around their wall, and now comes in the rest of the Pats. Because of 4v4, they're trying to take U-Haul control, but there are also 3 people there, and they continue battling, but Wichita decides it's a fight not worth taking, as they all leave.
No, but despite all this U-Haul control, sight, the remainder of it stands into the hands of Wichita. Patriots now finding themselves in a bit of a sardine position. The toxic screen, though, allows them to get out of U-Haul without being seen. Now to teleport over towards the B site. It's a race against the clock there. I mean, 45 seconds left. A lot of time to get the plant secured, but Wichita, so hot on the tail of Patriots, is about to put a ton of pressure on this post plant.
Taking the time, so look and see how they can possibly try to move in. First good contact gonna be off that elbow, but there are still 2 bullets. Catch the inkling of one. There's Jello outside, and there's still Brimstone there as well beside him. So it'll leave them a couple of seconds, but no, they know the talk is clicking down. They lose elbow control, and suddenly all 3 of them, well, 2 of them I should say, were essentially just locked up in front of spawn. It's moving dry, and Kai can't do much more than that.
Unfortunately, it seems like we started off pistol round actually with a crash as well. So Papa ended up DCing over on the A site. So making the retake of Wichita a lot weaker in that situation. I'm sure we'll see what's about to happen as we wait for the player to get out online, back online. Yeah, it's going to be a little tech pause to come through here, Rav.
Right, it's should just take a couple of seconds to make sure that they're all fine, but not much we can essentially discern from that first bit, right? Because considering what we're looking at it's just a pistol, right? You saw Patriots kind of just run into a lot more aggressive than I think that many were thinking. But considering it's bind, you can kind of set the pace of your own game. As I believe everybody has reconnected, Papa is good to go. So we should be heading back in a couple of seconds.
Ooh, yeah, I mean, it's pistol round, right? Not too much to talk about yet. I do think what's interesting is that we did see a lot of like fast-paced presence over towards short from Patriots. We'll wait and see in the future if that continues to be a pattern that they show once they do get rifles online. But otherwise, we just vibing. Good vibes in this lobby, Rav. Good vibes for the last day of HSEL major finals as well here.
Yeah.
Ending things off with the Central region. And finding out, I guess, which of the top teams will be making it all the way to nationals together.
Right, we've already got our first 3 on the board, so Wichita and Patriots, who you going to join for the rest of the regions? We'll see. Second push comes in. Of course, the bonus coming in for the side of the bats. But they'll be faced against 3 different members of Wichita to take a very forward stance against them, but do back away. I think it's the Finnish character, it's the Pats, in fact, who take all that shit, but it's still fun. The Spectre's in hand. Sheriff Shaquille, though, walks past the smoke, has no idea this time when he's not wasting for it. That's popular. But just with the ghost, still can't do much. Yeah, they'll run away. Oh, they come back.
Adlai out towards front sight, but no wall available as the toxins were completely wasted. Papa, the only one here looking to find some picks, able to get one, but not much more. Spike does get initiated there towards front truck, the rest of which on the retake from CT in heaven.
4-2, Wichita. But at least just take a couple bodies out with them and turn spots one. Oh, the gun barrel actually gives him away. That was Jello. Move in alongside Sheriff. And they'll take those 2 easily. With that, Ligresses now comes in an actual bonus for the side of Wichita, right? So it should really make a difference in the defense as they're lacking previously beforehand.
Yeah, anti-eco to come out here for Wichita. But what I do want to point out is the potential to get that Viper's pit online here for Sheriff Shaquille in this bonus run for Patriots. To be able to actually pop that, secure some sort of plants here on site would be a huge difference maker and win condition for Patriots to take a 3rd round in a row, just because they force those closer quarter angles. You have the decay from the pit as well. And Shower is looking completely free, allowing now a Trailblazer out. Rotator will be revealed there towards heaven. Smoke's laid down by the attackers.
An early rotation as well from the Reina as well. They all join up as 4 pivot, anticipating the Patriots to all push in at this current moment. Right now, though, I was going to say they were playing a bit more non-committal for the TP, but Viper's pit does get put down. One already falls off the side of Wichita, so Pats barely have themselves established on top of the site, but sprays between the 2, actually getting Sheriff Shaquille. It's a really big pickoff, just ran into the smoke, and now as the fight transgresses and we just shots traded, but the Vandals are doing so much more. Soldado just 2 members, though. This is entirely possible for Smiling. You could try to move around here, but it's neutral. They're gonna stick this. It's pretty easy considering the one's watching it, but now what's the right angle? Has to get him off, and the swing comes in. McFerguson saves it.
Regardless, I mean, round win there for Wichita, the Patriots, that was a really successful bonus round when you really think about it. You secure the spike plant, then you take 3 guns out of the hands of Wichita and manage to do some poke damage on the rest of the shields that were up regardless. So this puts Wichita in a slightly tighter position as far as their money goes. In fact, they're not even deciding to buy up despite the round win. Instead, half of their team, the majority of it, will be sitting on Sheriffs alone, giving Patriots a huge edge up to take a 3rd round on the board for themselves with this gun advantage.
Play a lot more patiently this time. Using the Trailblazer to scope out the scene, but all of Wichita are playing very far off. Anticipating the same push they saw before, but I'm surprised, especially on a pistol, that they're deciding to take their time and not necessarily push so far forward. Seeing as they're still positioned to perhaps think that, you know what, they still got this. Things are fine. But with the guns in their hand, yeah, they can afford to take their time.
They're just chilling. But see how the positioning of that Hawk screen really forces Wichita's hands. They're all playing towards left side of sight. No one wants to get caught off, zoned off from the other. But it's a slow rotation as Patriots creep back towards the B side, still being held down there by Wichita. They've got 2 on site, both Papa and McFerguson. McFerguson also has that rendezvous to be able to get out. But again, the scary thing
30
is the
seconds
gun
left.
disadvantage. Papa, if McFerguson does TP out here, we'll be left completely alone with only a sheriff in hand.
Chooses to get up, but Austin Ferguson finds the one that he's looking for. And the shot up top, Angelo has a pretty much using the raise as a distraction. Spike goes down, making a 4v4 on the site, but you're not gonna just spray it through the back walls here that they have an elbow. But Ferguson decided to take a much bolder approach, go through the smoke, won't exactly work out. One person's right up top. It cannot find the transfer. Snake gets the gun. That's 2 more gone. There's save here, Wichita. Much tougher position still though. The 3v2, Sheriff Shaquille. Right outside the corner. Nails down 2.
Really nice post-plant crossfires being held there by Wichita SE. Now they do finally have rifles online again here for the side of Wichita. And I said Wichita earlier, I meant Patriots when I said the nice post-plant, but regardless, the only ultimate online here for both sides is going to be the Seekers in the hands of Angelo. And Wichita, I mean, they haven't really had many opportunities to amass those alt points quite yet. There could be potential depending on a pick or two, due to the fact that most of that team on Wichita is just 1 away from their ultimates.
Still taking the time. As Seekers go out, they choose to all flutter and move across the map. Choose to take the exit route style by spawn. But for the call for shallow control on the site. Now smoke's also down. Now we'll see how Wichita actually makes the retake happen. They're not really big ultimates for them to do so. It'll just be 1 by 1. They're walking it past the litters and the flashes, using nades to clear out the corners. See how the rest of the fight transgresses, but Snake finds 1. Clearing out the second corner as well too, but that's U-Haul also possibly down. As Smiling is there, finds the transfer. Making up 3v3. Smiling clears out every single person. The Seekers find 1, but they're just gonna hold it. Not for long enough though.
No, that's the nasty part about Patriots, right? If you allow this team to secure a plant, they've got post plant for days. You've got 3 separate mollies that you have to worry about. There's the nanoswarms, the incendiary from Brimstone, and the snake bites from Shaquille playing that Viper pick, right? So if all those members of the team are online, you're really gonna have to start pushing forward, pushing into the extremities of the site. You're gonna have to look towards short, look for those lineup players, because otherwise you're never gonna have the time to actually defuse. But now looking into this next round, ultimate popped here by McFerguson. That's going to be the total false with the first blood. Rendezvous out as well, but there is 1 chasing into Hookah.
Thought he could possibly catch him before the reload comes in. Oh! Doesn't get the wall back, unfortunately, but with that dash, he tags him. Never mind, as he just barely scrapes him by. As Bushimp will not get away. We'll make it a 4v4 on the site.
1 TP, so looking for a pinch here from Wichita on the retake. Remaining members of the defending team will be pushing in towards CT, but they're stalled out by the moment. There's a poison orb guarding the way, and there is an orbital strike available, but unlikely to see Wichita use it in this round.
So after you pop in, as the smoke dissipates, it's a little bit too much to go up against. The cover Jim will be good for his 1, but that should be it. And this is the 12th seed going up against the second. And it's the Pats who are 12th too, so they're putting up a show, especially on their opponent's map pick.
True, but this is also a school that harbors the first seed team, right? I mean, there's so many schools when it comes down to HSEL in general. There being hundreds within each region. It can be difficult. I think, like, if you're making top 25, I feel like it could be the Wild West. There could be huge skill gaps or really, really close skill gaps between these teams because of the numbers and because of just how the league can play it with, depending on the matchups that you get. But right now, we are seeing a very aggressive push here towards the A side. So much utility across the board. Trades back and forth. Makai on bench, holding down the fort there on A. Regardless, Patriots, they managed to secure the plant. Flank impending, though, from Papa. and a ton of swarms on site to worry about.
Strike also available, but a lockdown too. There might be a question if the Pats really need to secure the round. Currently, like you were saying, they can just hold out sight. Although not as much util that was previously present, but the turret being there is a good sign at least. So now without being taken out, now here comes the peak. Also in, so lock away one busted for his before they all walk in. And with the Mexicans, Wichita finally finds their second round.
Perfectly played by Wichita to use the orbital strike in that situation, especially after gleaning info that at least one player was in U-Haul. But even better when it's both, right? So 2-5 as Wichita start to slow the bleeding a little bit. That was 3 rounds in a row for Patriots, but the wins will stagnate. Regardless of the round win, however, Wichita seem to be going for an eco with one hero weapon. This is not the play I would personally make, but it is a play.
Yeah. How it goes down. This exact push that we have to do on their attack. When it comes to the eggs that he can split, now the wall does go up. Wichita once again. U-Haul as retake does come in, they all kind of walk in as 5. But the Raiders still chilling over by B, waiting for the spike to go down, and now here should be the rotation.
Launching smoke.
Staggered smokes by the Brimstone and Viper on the side of Patriots, but regardless, they're still holding steady here on this post plant here, Rob.
But popping up through the smoke, though Sheriff Shaquille dodges the eyes. Every other member of the Patriots go up once again, and actually, as we were saying with the buy, it was shaping up to be a bit tougher, especially looking at, hoping for a full save, and hey, Rotado. Right, just fine to buy last round, fine to buy this round, so at least it's not in a terrible situation, but at least now every single person does have guns across the board. The biggest thing to note, yes, again, the lockdown's still available, as is the Viper's Pit.
It's true, but you also have 2 huge space making ultimates on the side of Patriots, right? Or, no, that's Wichita that I should be saying. So huge for the retake. To have that showstopper, have the Empress, force Patriots to cower in their post plan, but you gotta focus on the execution first. Trailblazer in does know that Hookah is clear now towards B for Patriots to take that space, but they do have to worry about Garden. Papa is pushed up and could dismiss away.
Fair amount of options currently, but as you pop out of the window, Jen and Brotaro just hold things down. Managed to get 2, at least only Sheriff Shaquille, and he cannot find the escape. Unfortunato.
Wichita managed to find value in that save from the previous round with having a full loadout in that last one, but now we're looking at Patriots who have 4 ultimates online. Snipe 3 away from the showstopper, not a far cry from being able to have it if Patriots elects to try and form these ult orbs to get that online as well. But regardless, whether it's execution or post plant, this is a scary round for Wichita to be facing up against. Smoke down though towards short from Wichita. Snipe already looking for first point of contact there in showers. Secures the ult orb in pocket for the showstopper. Now only 2 away. The Patriots aren't looking to rotate over towards B to get that last one there by B long. Wichita though, I was gonna say wise to it by stacking, but calling rotations off. Showstopper towards showers to delay. The boombot for boombot, orbital strike in U-Haul as well for additional zoning and damage. And Patriots, they seem to be melting at the defense, an iron wall that Wichita were hoping to hold. Slowing things down now though. Incendiary to continue to try to isolate one. Plant will go out down towards front truck. Rotato all by his lonesome in a 1v4 situation, considering the money of Wichita. Might be wise to go just for a save with this weapon, but unfortunately, Rotato won't even have the opportunity as Nico does push up. Full swing through, and 7th round on the board for Patriots, and now we're looking at 3 ultimates on either side.
Right here. Together.
So he knows he's not alone. So Solo Shorty was looking at it, but at least he's got a couple of seconds. Get that judge, which I was all for. He's gonna hold that hookah, but Papa peeks out first, leaving him all alone. No crossfire set up there. Gotta be on him. Should be able to get 1 second. Now if he peeks out here, he's donezo. But he knows this too and decides to save his smoke, but he cannot rotate over. He is stuck in a corner. And yeah, that was pretty much the end of that.
When you got the util dump and it's mollies on mollies, you're just gonna get straight melted. But
Yeah.
Viper's Pit now expended here on the B side. A safe plant inside as well as Snipe retains control of Elbow situation. Pink shells to slow as well. Wichita, they have Seekers to work with here. Last round, they've got to do it. It's a perfect counter to a Viper's Pit too.
Right. It was actually just tagged them all there, and considering throughout the outside, yeah, I'm still surprised they're actually not deciding to use it, but
It's
it doesn't carefully move through. But oh, the swing works.
They don't need
the
it.
Viper is still alive. That's the biggest thing. That's the main person they need to get. But she's stuck in a corner. Just trying to wait for them to move in, and Nico doesn't even need her. Just takes the 1v2.
Last round before half. Got 1 more to go here. So Seekers will be available, but it's on an eco. That's a scary thing, right? Could have been a huge win condition to allow Wichita to earn that last round for themselves. A full buy with the extra amount of money they would have gotten. Unfortunately, now they're staring down at half with a force with everything that you've got. Kind of everything under the kitchen sink type of situation.
Yep.
Hoping to see a lot of value to come out from the orbital strike and the Seekers here, though, because otherwise you're going to flip over to that next half, swapping sides and whatnot. Just use it while you can.
I thought at least Potato decides to switch up, but with the scout being gone, now they know exactly where he is. At least with the smoke, though, it gives them a couple of seconds to anticipate a push, but seeing as what the Patriots are, the spike is moving over to A. So they're keeping them interested. Only 2 there. Before likely the wall to go up against to try to move in. The fake is set up even more by this.
Full rotation over. Talk screen available, but they're split. Showstopper will come out. Doesn't manage to get one, but does a little bit of chip damage regardless. 40 seconds left, and Patriots have a site.
And my man was firing through that wall for about half a second, takes the full clip. And now with only 3 left on the side of Wichita, they're doing their absolute damnedest to hold them. You can't do time with the long range judge and that headhunter. Or the Molly will claim his life and a flawless to end it off. That's with the 9-3 half.
Switching sides.
Swapping sides now. And Wichita, I mean, it's going to be pretty important to get this pistol round for themselves, right? This is also their map pick here on Bind. So this is a map in a best of 3 series that Wichita would be hoping to garner for themselves to give them sort of an advantage going into the Patriots map pick, but things aren't looking too good right now. Could be salvaged if the pistol round is earned though, but otherwise, if Patriots manage to get this first round, secure the anti-eco on the second, they'll be hitting just 1 away from match point, and that's a tall ask and a tall order to climb to make the comeback if you're Wichita.
Well, you know, somebody once said to me that if you want to get taller, just get some platform boots. So I'm thinking maybe Patriots could do exactly that. But
They're the tall ones.
well, somebody once said to me, if you want to get So you know what? You know what? Nobody needs to be tall anymore, Asher. It's fine. Everybody can just be 5'8". I'd be happy with that. Either way, with Wichita right now, they're chilling. You know, not moving. We see a lot of aggression on the side, from the past previously. It's all just rusting with this apparently the Patriots to peek out at them. They want them to check them head on, but it's not happening. They'll take a couple of seconds. Fine for now to move in.
Spike initiated here by Wichita as well. The Patriots, they've got a lot of pressure to put onto this post plant already. Snipe with one pick, paint shells to push back any further push in towards U-Haul. Maintain control of that map space for Patriots, and now holding down the 4 on site. Smiling and Angelo will swarm around Kai and Jin, who are doing the most. Earn that double digits for themselves here for Patriots. And that means that they're getting the anti-eco in the next round. And Wichita, if I were them, I'd be looking to potentially force.
Oh, you have to. When you're locked in a deadlocked situation like this, when you're down by 7, you're looking at this BO3, you're thinking we need every single round we can get. You gotta pick up some to be able to try to fight against it and make sure it doesn't go out of proportion. But Wichita decides better to save, play for that, I'll maybe have to force things up there. So, likely cementing the Patriots' 11-3 lead is what we have in front of us. Situation that I'm sure they're very, very happy about. For right now, from the side of Wichita, that bird will at least scope out some info from them being outside. Lucky doesn't know that all 5 are there. But they're not afraid. They're still moving in. It's a 1-4 split, but they'll move away from long and choose to walk into hookah.
3 stacked towards B, though, is something that you don't normally expect in round 2. You've got so many swarms to worry about on drop as well. Turret to find the information. Hookah will reveal at least 2 players based on shots fired, right? And paint shells to do so much chip damage through the TP as well. At least Kai has a paint shell of his own for back sight. And we're hitting the minute mark now here, Rav.
Now, I don't think we'll see that 20-second exec, but instead, it'll be at that 50-second where this one goes down. You see second tucked into a corner. In front of the mollies they go, and there's nowhere else to hide. They simply have to walk in through either one type of electrical fire or just normal fire. I don't know about you, none of those, so, and so do they. They chill in hookah, and they get gunned down.
Patriots are going to have a really strong bonus round going into this next one as well, right? I believe they only lost two or three, I think, off the board. No, it was 2. It was 2. Counting is difficult, apparently, sometimes. But anti-eco for Wichita. They have rifles online now. This is a must-win round for Wichita. Otherwise, they're looking at match point. They won't have the money either. It's everything, honestly, for this map specifically, rides on this next round.
Wichita have to win this. They have 0. Well, they have 1, which is, you know, either give this 1 up and then try to win the next 10, but
Finished. Good start.
Right now, tonight picks out, unfortunately picked away, and it just leaves Sheriff Shaquille to anchor the site, but they're moving over to B, Ash.
They're making so much noise as they do so. Nano Swarms in hookah as well, smiling. Just keeping a complete lock on this area of the map. Angelo doing so much work. Patriots looking to convert their bonus as well. At the very least, the one piece of solace that Wichita have is that they still have the spike in hand here.
Members remain, no big ultimates here either.
30
They could make a
seconds
play
left.
for the TP. Lucky don't know the Viper's there, but the wall is there though, so some sort of idea. Still choosing, move it down B. do leave Angelo though, but as you just do get put out, and right from there they know the position. They got 10 seconds, Ash. If
10
I would
seconds
save, and they're doing that.
Yeah, they're just gonna look to carry it over into the next round and try and play for overtime, but it's a long overtime. That's 9 rounds in a row that you need to secure OT if you're Wichita Southeast.
Match point.
Match point now, and I mean, I can't lie. Things are looking darn good for Patriots right now. Sheriff Shaquille prancing around town. Big buckle, by the way, on their belt. And a big gold star badge as well. 16-5. He's laying down the law.
It seems as though no new sheriff can be in town. Man has a deed to it all. And you know what? Bind does look like an old western map, so this all is kind of appropriate, if anything. Let's see what vigilantes can perhaps try to claim his space, but with the anchor that is him beside the Rays, I don't think any more crimes will be happening. Sees one, wall goes up immediately. So now with this, Wichita once again left on the outside.
There.
Boombot ready to burst out from showers as well. Once this toxic screen drops, you can see Papa is prepared for a push towards U-Haul, but they're doubled up here. The Patriots have 2, but it's both controllers, so if Wichita can take that U-Haul space, take those agents down, Patriots won't have nearly as much of that stall potential for the remainder of the round.
Don't think the note does, at least put the setup they had.
30 seconds left.
That the killjoy there alongside this guy, but like you don't know that yet. The molly also put up by long, well, by short, I should say. So let's not give it a couple of seconds with that expiring. Beautiful stuff, and just like that, within a matter of seconds, that shit's simply just over. Gentlemen, ladies, and all other folk, what's up? Welcome back. Hope you're okay. I'm okay. Ash is also fine. And we're gonna get in the game. Efficient,
Straight
clean, wonderful.
into the point. Just like Patriots was last matchup, and now we're
Nice.
on their chosen map here in the best of 3 series, which will have to make an upset happen if they want to take it the distance all the way to a 3rd map and start things out. Wichita leaning heavily towards the A site, where Patriots only have 1 member invested in. Of course, as I say that, they'll all slow walk towards mid instead.
And I've managed to catch out Killjoy is unfortunate for the Patriots, but it would only lead them to getting some of the info that they're acquiring, and they're deciding ultimately that C is not for them. They'll take up the mantle of finding some other and better options. And that option right now is moving as a 4-person unit through sewers and deciding that as they don't find anything there either, maybe they'll take their time and choose that oh so wonderful middle child of B in this first round.
Slowly creeping up. Sheriff Shaquille is going to be okay, not actually thought out. Destroyed the knife, but does get tagged by a dart there by the Cypher. Quick plant there towards the B site though for Wichita that earned first blood to take down the
Ow! And a spray through the smoke ultimately works out. Wichita on the attack, looking a lot better from the previous map. Got the patch stuck on site though. Not a ton they can do besides just trying to clear any corner they can. They see one, but there's just so many people. Maybe Chef Shaquille, you know, can top things up. Maybe get one more. Nah, it's not happening. Damn.
Flawless round to start things off there for Wichita, and maybe exactly what they needed to get some momentum rolling, light a little bit of fire under their feet, and hopefully snowball it into more rounds accumulated there for Wichita, because again, this is the team who's in the hot seat, right? They're the ones with the disadvantage. Patriots already have one under their belt for this best of 3 series, and Wichita, they're buying up all the way. You've got a hero rifle into the hands of Papa, looking to carry that over into round number 3.
Okay, I like this start. 5 people push out on the pass. Now outside B, they only catch the info on 2. Everybody's moving over to C, though. They 50 chance to, and they picked the wrong side, unfortunately. Oh no.
Spike initiated for free there on the C side, but at the very least, Patriots do have numbers going into this retake. It's fault line out towards front site, and Wichita trying to hold steady. Actually, only one playing off site, looking for a reflank towards garage, might have huge timing.
Like you said, with 2 there by C long, so there should be able to set up a beautiful crossfire. Everybody that comes in, but the flank, like you were saying, works out even better. We'll go into round 3 with a true bonus for Wichita against the Pats.
2-0, and all guns carried over. Patriots, at the very least, it is now their anti-eco here. I would like to see maybe investment going in towards Papa or Jin to get either of the initiator ultimates a little bit closer to being online for their next buy round for Wichita. Because bonuses are, most of the time, unless you have some win conditions or something happens to allow you to gain advantage to win out the round, you're mostly looking to do as much eco damage as possible, and that's a good way to start things off. Papa with the first blood takedown sniper.
Unfortunate catch off though. Sniper is hoping he could possibly see where they were early on, maybe catch one for himself, but without an op, it'd be a tough battle to go up against. Currently has 4v5, it'll just be sprayed down from Nico. And since they know that A is likely decently stacked, they'll move over the defense and spread thin across B and C, with 2 playing as floaters essentially.
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, C is guarded by Killjoy utility, right? They're forced to keep their eye on B on garage, but which again, looking for a quick plant maybe towards the B side. Changing their minds though. And that fault line does stall out Kai from being able to get out with the rest of the team.
The smoke also popped as well, so now they can't exactly just dry walk into B either. And so instead, garage will be their take. There's no cover, so Smiley will have to take a very dangerous peek if he does want to possibly stop them. But no, they all make it past. And the kills you tell, as you were talking about, it's only for the entrance. So they can walk it through garage for free, manage to get spotted, but not much more will actually be done. Smiley also gets caught in the corner, not even having a chance to stop him. Oh, but pops into a corner. Nico might be able to get 2 here, actually. But to the aftershock, but doesn't catch him.
This bonus round looking really good for Wichita. Knowing information about 1 towards garage, will try to back out, but punished for it. And now Nico's looking to shoot up towards garage. Link doesn't trigger the trip, but falls instead. Sheriff Shaquille instead gonna have to go for that full save, knowing there's not enough time. Maybe try to take guns out of the hands of Wichita here, but gonna save, go for some extra frags.
Pops out a bit early, but still manages to get 1 though, so only taking 3 guns out of their hands. It not too bad at all. But right now for Wichita, this is the kind of start they're likely hoping for on Bind, but instead them getting it on Haven is not too bad. I'm sure they feel about that. Maybe this is just a game where we're just better on our opponents. Has to hold for us. Either way, pass right now, pretty much half by for themselves. Sheriffs, marshals, not much more.
Looks like knowing that Pats will be on a save round, Wichita looking to take those long angles towards C. Only a turret will be watching back platform, and Smiling should be caught out by the 0 point about to be thrown by Papa here towards default. No way to get out. We'll just have to completely try and fall back towards CT. Now completely free sight for the taking here for Wichita for their 4th round on the board.
Spike planted.
The tripwire is actually just cut off that lake entrance, and even the camera top. I actually like that one a lot because that actually allows you to actually scope out for most of the side and get those deep corners as well. along with you know, have a clear view of the actual spike in case it is being defused. You can't see it, especially with most of them looking to hold long, but that will make much of a difference. McFerguson gives up his life, but past the smoke, the canvas now also gone, so they can choose to stick it. But the stage pretty good as long as they're playing bodyguard, and they have to get off of it as there are 4 other vandals. And instead of playing past the smoke, they decide it's better to go on site.
A super scrappy round when it came down to it. That one way on spike was a huge saving grace there for Wichita. Really made Patriots second guess holding down that defuse when util was being dumped everywhere. If you're defusing the spike, you can't help trade your teammates by getting off because of the one way to covering your face. And now, finally, another buy round here for Patriots. An important round for them to secure. Multiple members of this team are just 1 or 2 away from some key ultimates as well. And Patriots, they're stuck in this back and forth economy. You have to break the cycle now.
Choosing instead to change it to the strats of pushing out doubly on long. Not seeing anybody there, so choosing to boost the defenses. Oh, Sheriff gets caught though, a leg. And out through this, they can take their efforts, go through B as they have control there. And shoot at the Killjoy util there as well. And so now Patriots once again got to double up on A and C.
However, this rotation is going to cost them. Instead of going through garage, now Wichita has allowed enough time for the Killjoy utility to come back online, right? I say this, no command pop though, now shut down once again. And Patriots, they're going to have to fall off, play retake.
Angelo needed to be good for one there, but instead might be going smiling to even things up. With him not being able to be res, the smoke should be able to do it. And a clutch res from Jin. Only just Nico left, and he's not enough to take out the rest for Patriots. Suck it in, the unfortunate cycle of that back and forth, that ping pong.
Yeah, back onto an eco round again, right? Largely just pistols across the board. Unlikely to see any of the ultimates that we're looking at for Patriots to come online here unless they can find some sort of number advantage in the early to mid round. Otherwise, well, you're just going to be safe for the next anti-eco that comes on through. Wichita are looking really comfortable with their site takes and holds. Patriots haven't been able to stall them out yet, nor play a strong enough retake for anything to come to fruition from it. But for the first time, we're seeing Patriots pushed out all the way towards mid. Great positioning under window, but Wichita is playing quiet on the A side, right? So no audio cues just yet for Patriots to make calls. As I say, that Prowler does come out for short, and Killjoy is waiting on site.
And for the first time in a long time, Patriots don't lose one of the opening. Right? It's been so often that they've just completely lost the person due to just an early peek out, or actually, mainly that. But instead now, I'm the liar. I'm the biggest liar, and LB2 in fact give it away, holding super far forward. And C once again will allow Wichita to get a spike down.
In a pinch towards C long though, and Snipe now last alive. 1v4 situation pops a showstopper as last boon, but unable to find any success. Now left with a pink shell, Prowler to come through as well, all marked up, and only a stinger in hand. There's not much you can do in that situation. Especially when Brotato's on that late relurk flank, and 6-0 lead here for Wichita. Hey, I said that they're going to have to do some sort of reverse sweep map upset to take it to map number 3. Things are looking promising so far.
Yeah, this is a monstrous half for Wichita, and if they manage to get to double digits here, then Patriots are gonna be down on their luck. Now, of course, it's not the first time for a Patriots team to be having a tough time, but just in Valorant right now. They'll have to look to adapt. To the ultimates, though, that can be quite nice, especially if you're looking for a site lockdown and creating space. But
pushing everywhere.
Yeah, they're deciding to just spread themselves completely keep the lock and spawn for now, but Wichita, none of them get caught. Only one tag though, but still fine. And after all their efforts, Patriots decide to fall off.
I mean, it's not completely falling off, right? You're playing that ebb and flow. They fall off towards the A side, knowing danger is impending. C hears nothing. And rotate off. Gunfights down towards long will be 1-for-1 trades, but now Spike hovering towards the A side. 1 minute left on the clock, and you see a late lurk from Patriots, from McFerguson here towards B. Might be good for one with timing, but mostly just trying to get some information from mid-round calling for Wichita.
Considering the way he's moving, yeah, he can see that all of Lincoln, pretty much the rest of A, seem to be open.
They just have to focus.
Likely didn't see the Asher sees to seize them now. That's easy. Even gets the ult down too. And that should be the round, considering they've been able to see exactly where they are. Finds a second ping as well. And no, they're holding. Angelo good for one. A nice concuss. He's been a 2v2. Hit that one. Nico. Actually, the Flash has the ultimate as well, but what with one holding off site. And one dead, and one just chilling in the corner. Sees the paranoia, so knows the direction there as well. So Nico, okay, if he plays it carefully, this could be big, but only one Flash, the ultimate in hand. It's gonna be tough no matter what.
Papa and Brotato played that perfectly. I love the paranoia to get out with the shrouded step over towards garage, and both players playing completely off-site in that post plant, knowing the threat of the rolling thunder that could have completely changed the tide of that round. But Wichita, they continue on with just unbelievable momentum, to be honest. The 7-0 after losing out a 13-3 on your map pick is huge for the mental. It takes a bit of a weight off your shoulders to get back into those good vibes. Try and take it to that third map. And playing slow once again, Wichita, I think the conditioning after last round, they're expecting at least one member of Patriots to get antsy, to get pushed out once again, and Wichita hoping to look for an early and free pick with that. But instead this time, Patriots, they're holding steady. Just chilling, very default positions. It's an eco round for them as well. Very spread thin. Should be an easy 8th round on the board for Wichita, unless someone on Patriots can come out with a star play.
Yeah. And Wichita have done this a lot, where they don't give away a ton of it early, besides just the initial window peaks and crouches the poke down B. But aside from that, though, it's not much taken from the Patriots side, right? Because in terms of info gathering, like, it becomes top side of Sova, pass through the flash, though. And speaking of Sova, that's one of them gone. It's a deep flash through the actual site, manages to get his own teammates, but tonight, we good for one based on that. We're down to 4v2, want to save once again. Brotato on that flank, waiting for the cross. Nico should be able to see him. Yeah, catches his eye line. Cannot fight against him. Not expecting the second. Stays alive through that too. And 2 health is all he needs.
He's cleaning up there for Wichita Patriots. I think what's tough right now for Patriots is it's not like they're not changing things up. They're trying different strategies, trying to gain map control, give up space in other parts of the map. Also just like hold default, hold farther back, play retake. But when it comes down to it, Wichita has kind of just been winning out their gunfights for the most part on this map pick. It really hasn't been much of Patriots, oh, they're not adapting, because they're trying to, it's just not working.
At a certain point, I'm surprised they haven't taken time out, right? To be able to just reconvene, take a couple of seconds. Oh no. Just take a couple of seconds and just try to see what else they can find. Because if you look at the A-long peak specifically, right, that is where I would try to adapt and instead use the Killjoy turret instead to put that out early on. Because with the raids that it has too, it should be able to see the nearby lobby, or even struggle to adapt as 2 more unfortunately fallen, right? Within just a matter of seconds. Patriots now again. It's a locked down for position, trying to find creative flanks. And now we'll see how the rest of C goes. That has been the favorite side to go on to. Side this time does have a much better weapon. Trying start defending, but can't do that against the Prowler.
Yeah, free plant there towards C. Retake again for Patriots. Got a tripwire into garage, so a lot of stall and just not much that Patriots have to work with on this retake. They have Cosmic Divide, they have a lockdown, but in a 2v4, unlikely to see either of those ultimates come through.
Yeah, not much can happen, honestly. I mean, you could put out a lockdown for fun, but I don't think they're going to. And they both choose to fall off. The right decision, naturally. Just made some guns in the second round, so they're not locked into a full save once again. If I'm Wichita, though, I hunt them down because you don't have much to lose, but everything to gain, right? Even though the guns don't actually give you much trouble here either, hey, doesn't hurt to even just bolster up your chances, if anything. And 9-0, Wichita continue chugging on forward, showing no signs of slowing down.
One thing that I would like to see Patriots adjusting is maybe the placement of the Killjoy utility. I tend to think that there's a bit more value in placing that alarm bot and turret more towards the B and garage side. Otherwise, if you're going to be playing A a lot more solo and leaning on a quick rotate, relying on kind of your utility to stall, not getting caught out by that 0 point, instead invest in 2. Because you see B now completely left open. Luckily, Wichita's not leaning there this time, but C, you've got Tonight, who's all alone, backside, only paint shells to delay, blast pack towards mid-site to try and get out. Luckily, there is a nebula that does come to fruition towards C long to stave off that push. But this mid opening is far too large. At the very least, they are watching both links, but it does leave a lot of questions.
And that is interesting because you know, although you do see just these change of positions, we've seen just how far out Ray's been playing so far the base night. Right, usually take the chances if they're always there by C to over to Cubby and even take the position by long, if anything. But
On my mark.
considering how much they have been caught out or have not been able to necessarily defend due to just like 4 members moving all at once, now they're playing a lot farther back this time. You know, they're not necessarily playing as far into sight, playing those closer angles. But they're all command though, all that kills are util rendered. Useless and unfortunately caught in the middle. Switching out guns, just tragic timing. Hunter's Fury though used to delay the plant, but they are by hell, so I do not think he gets a single tag.
No, time's ticking now as well. Cosmic Divide is available. This is the round that Patriots need to start using these ultimates for the retake game. They don't have much more time to work with, not many more rounds, and Rolling Thunder come through.
I follow as well. Alongside that, the transfer is beautiful from McFerguson. And Kai clean up the rest of the 2 on hell. Double digits for Wichita. They're also not locked to the weird economy, and we're finally seeing a timeout.
Better late than never, at the very least, there for Patriots, right? But their econ is currently staggered. I think I saw a hero rifle being purchased by one of the members of Patriots. Not sure if it will stick around considering their money situation. It's the second last round before you swap sides. You have the opportunity to try and force up, try to get this next round on the board and hopefully win it out to have the money in the last one, or you can save for a full loadout. And it's a really tough balance. You know, I'm sure that's part of the conversation that Patriots are having right now on what they really want to gamble on. But I really think that Patriots probably need just one player or the team to have like a pop-off round right now to get the momentum rolling again, get that energy going, the synergy, the mental, because it's draining going down 10 rounds in a row.
Yeah. Like it's you have to be able to kind of realize, because when that many adaptations have happened and seemingly none of them have really worked out for your side, you gotta think, all right, well, I guess you play for next half, but when you're down 10-0, that's not much of a half for you to try to contend. Oh, that's just unfortunate. If you get the tag, but the fall off, C is likely seeing that rotations are not coming in. Ferguson though, chooses to play the late lurk. Oh, he hears the footsteps and takes Angelo.
Angelo was ready though, suspecting that one was gonna come through. Turned around, did the damage, but just not enough. What a shot
Spike down. C.
from Nico, at the very least, to get one. And now Patriots, this is the closest round that they've had yet. Spike down towards C, all the space in attacker spawn taken. Patriots know that all three members should be towards C long at the moment. To garage. Smoke's about to come through towards site. And Wichita, they don't have anywhere to go but the C side.
I don't mind that at all. They've been here pretty often,
30
but
seconds
this
left.
is one of the better positions we've seen the Patriots actually have when it comes to retake. Once again, those two big ultimates that they've hung on to for quite some time are still there. And Wichita doesn't have many tools to take care of them. So if a lockdown can get put, then this would be huge, but they have to clear out Cubby first. And Kai's watching it, sees one, doesn't get it. That's big. Nice force to be locked into a corner. No dash away either, but lives. They don't spray or nothing. As he walks away, Jin just gets too cleanly as well. Oh man, oh man. That's gonna
11-0
be it.
for Wichita. That's tough.
round
That's
in
tough
the
pill to
half.
swallow. Last round before we swap sides as well. And I think what was difficult there is that Nico needed to start making a bit more noise towards CT or push in a little bit earlier, because all of the focus of Wichita was placed towards C long. The flank completely shut down, and now you've got three ultimates here that we want to see coming out from Patriots. We're expecting Sheriff Shaquille, Snipe, and Smiling to all survive into the mid to late round to try and get those to come to fruition, to get at least one round on the board before we swap sides.
Just one. They just to be able to survive the pistol and maybe go from there. But all kinds are coming down to here. See what they can do right now. The Patriots, a different setup once again from what they've done though. Double stacking around garage, but still the killjoy all A. Been choosing instepping with the Astra. Hey, had to catch the info on one. So now through this, Trash gotta adapt. Oh, Eagle saw him.
Get out of my way!
Blade Storms popped here. Wichita looking for a fast B, now delayed. But the knife does clear out towards garage. They know that one is hiding in the window. Angelo in so much danger. Not much you can do when you've got bullets galore going through the walls, a fragment as well, and Snipe once again pushed
30
up
seconds
and
left.
alone.
That's one. That's two for Snipe.
Spike down. C.
They're probably not expecting it, so that is quite nice. He gets a spike down. If you get a third here too, he can absolutely just save the round and put one on the board for the Patriots. They're locked into 4-2. They have no time. And this is it, Ash. After 11 rounds in a row, the Patriots will get their first, as Wichita cannot plant.
Pistol round is a must-have for Patriots once we
Switching
swap
sides.
sides. It's gonna be near impossible to make any sort of comeback if Patriots cannot get this pistol. So the tone of the rest of this map, I mean, it's been largely set by this huge lead that Wichita SE has over Pats right now. But they can change the narrative if the pistol round is secured, if we can see a shift in energy for Patriots. But everyone on this team has to step up, because Wichita, I mean, the way that they're winning their gunfights right now, they're taking their duels with so much confidence.
Yeah, there's not much more past that. But I'll look to move again, like we must all stack this fire, right? And when you know you got each other's backs, then it's not much harder to go off of that, especially considering how the pass were just caught off pretty much one by one so often. But hey, at least they got a couple seconds to breathe, and like you mentioned, they get the spike down. So far, a good start to the round.
5v5 on this post point retake as well. Just waiting a couple more seconds for the 0 point online. That'll be the green light for Wichita to push in here towards C.
The line as well, managing to concuss too, but the 1-for-1 trade is beautiful, but instead Wichita decides they don't want to play this game no more, but leaves just one. Kai has the potential. And this 2v1 gets spotted by the dart, sees one towards the backside. Angelo gets it, and they get the pistol.
By the skin of their teeth. I mean, both players were so low. But at the very least, it is that little bit of cushion that Patriots needed to be able to have the anti-eco going into round number 2. And have that second round on the board. A little bit more padding, but we're going to have to keep piling pillows on top of pillows to make a fort. And make our way up to that 11 round mark here that Wichita secured so long ago.
The full Russian over by A. With the 4-1 split. Just able to see one in the corner. The shorty can't connect, but the second one is there. The dash away is nice. And it's that now Patriots up in guns, up in people. Spike that once again. Things look positive here, Ash. I'm rooting for him. I want to see a little bit of a comeback if possible, but the true challenge is once it comes to the gun round. What happened? Judge shots again, and that's the round.
Flawless round there for Patriots. Another must, to be honest. You wanted either a flawless round or at minimum 4 of your members to carry on into the bonus, right? Have as much of an advantage as possible up against the anti-ego to now come out from Wichita Southeast. It'll be a full loadout for Wichita. Patriots are hovering outside the A side once again. Found success in that last quick take, but that was also when they were looking at the eco round of Wichita. So the true test here for Patriots is what they can do up against a proper buy.
Well, not much to do but find out. It's that Wichita at this point. A lot of their efforts are over by the C and B side. They're rotating over now, but no stalling happening by A. Patriots immediately on the attack, clear out Wichita. And now to the left, it's her might spot one by window. She's hit by heaven. That leaves them in a situation where it's a couple of seconds, the flash connects, and 2 more. Left side Wichita, the judge still manages to get one. That's transfer from Rotato is clean. Not gonna 1v3, but cannot do much more. The double peek out from Patriots gets to round.
3K, not bad though, to try and take some guns out of the hands of Patriots, not allow them to carry too many rifles over. But they've already saved up enough money for themselves, right? Setting up a really nice 3-0. Once they got that last round in the last half, it's been 4 rounds in a row so far by Patriots. And Wichita pushed onto an eco now.
Yes, this should do.
It's Patriots just really have to try and keep Wichita in this tight spot for as long as possible in the toxic cycle that they were once pushed into themselves.
Right, that same sort of just awful back and forth, which caused them to be in the position. And making plays like that would be exactly it, but losing one of the entries, not what you want to see. After losing a couple, it seems the Patriots, still fine. They come out on top of the tray, spec goes down once again, and just like how Wichita just constantly ran it down C, we'll likely see the Patriots immediately move on to A.
Haunt available. Now popped out, but they seem to come through. Ferguson good for one, but not much more. Snipe cleans up with the third. Rotato in a 1v3 situation. I feel like you just have to look for exits now.
Rotato has been really good previously. When given, 1v1 situations, then with a gun. But the tag is not going to be of much help. And Patriots are looking to flip the scoreboard from the streak that's currently there from the all blue to make it all red on their own half. It's entirely possible, but like you were mentioning before, Ash, right? They have to continue with the same sort of momentum aggression they had previously. Now, what's currently happening? It's simple, right? They're usually managing to take a side pretty effortlessly. They usually only lose one, and they come out on top by taking two of their own. And then from there, in what is a 4v3, it's not hard to hold on a set like A. But when you move towards C, that's a different question.
Conditioning, though, towards the A side has Wichita stacking more towards A. The fake with the Raise Util as well as Patriots look to actually execute on C. Lockdown available too, and we're about to have the Cosmic Divide online as well for Patriots. So they're looking for the 6th round in a row, but Jin has their entire arsenal of utility for this retake on the fade.
Really forward on the angle as well, playing in front of double is something that I think they're hoping to maybe catch one, but instead it gives away some info and decides to allow them to move in, but with no smokes and no flashes. Snipe takes 3 for free. Now that's 2 in the garage, and it can likely just get sprayed down. The trading clips between the two of them, and he puts out the ultimate in a 1v4. So he knows it all there, brother. They're not moving. But now from here, he'll at least lend to maybe taking one more. That wasn't happening. Angelo much more confident. Looking down the corridor.
Strong because we are together. Don't forget that.
I don't want to say anything, but the Patriots are doing well.
I think McFerguson there too was looking just to try and get a couple more like exit frags down, right? Maybe force some more of the Patriots to die to the spike, not have as much money saved over into future rounds, but for Wichita, they're pushed back onto an eco, of course. No eco ultimates to come to their rescue here for Kai, who's 2 away from the Blade Storm. And it's back now for Patriots on a fast blitz towards the A site. I think what makes it difficult for Wichita as well is you look at the team comp of Patriots, and their team composition does not scream like fast executes.
No, right? No, you're definitely thinking like we're in full play, slow control moving, right? Establishing stars and making space for themselves one by one.
Spike planted.
But instead, they're stepping up to the player as the duty calls for them because they realize what's working, and so why falter from it, right? They'll take a couple of seconds as lockdown spiders. Exactly, except Jesus, fix those if they're broke.
They don't know about the flank though. Is the scary part. Kai to take down one. Just completely walking past that Killjoy utility, and now Wichita looking at the most success that they found on the defensive side thus far, earning that match point for themselves on what was an eco round.
Thrifty.
Meaning that Patriots need 6 in a row to take it to OT.
So they got 5 previously. All they gotta do is just increase the number by 1. But I think now Wichita, every single time they've gained the 1, usually things looked a lot better. And this might be just the 1 that they need. Because even right now, no big ultimates in hand, right? There's no real no command. And they're 2 away from the Nightfall. Meanwhile, Patriots will have a lot of tools available to them. So I'm hoping to see more of those, as they're likely set off for the same strat we saw by A, or previously would likely work again.
Deep knife though towards the C side does clear out C long quite a bit. And looking at that same conditioning towards short with the drone and the boombot. Trade for E4 now as Patriots look to make their move towards the A side.
Ferguson spots 1 up. Pop also comes in. They're making it 3 for 2 by the end of it. Oh, betrayed by Smiling. Wants to keep going in a 1 for 1. Up by Heaven, Sheriff Shaquille. An extremely fast round, but one that Patriots barely managed to snag. Leaving Wichita to say likely again.
money? Anyone
Still
need
match
something?
point though for
I should
Wichita.
play some Astro Stars
I
in
mean,
this
they have the
galaxy.
cushion of 5 rounds behind them, but their money is the problem right now, right? It's like, okay,
Yeah.
got cushion of 5 rounds, and then you lose this one, and you're like, okay, I'm on another buy. Got cushion of 4 rounds. You lose that one, and you're probably losing the next one. And the cycle repeats itself. At the very least, they do have Blade Storms this time, though, so I'm looking towards Kai to
Yeah.
be that Hail Mary player here for Wichita to get those picks.
Using 2 ultimates to clear out the site. Showstopper goes wide and not through this. Nico looking for a pretty deep angle. Unfortunately, not going to work out. And now off by 4 is where Wichita can likely look to close out the entire round. But it'll be up to Angelo to make the first entry. Takes 3. Baba can't do nothing. That was huge from him. For more sprays, the caught us on the smoke of 4 for Angelo. And wants to get all 5 of Brotatoes on the outside. He has the Guardian, the only decent gun on their squad, but not gonna find him. Oh. Locked out of the ace, and Brotato will take the loss.
I love the discipline, though, to come out from Patriots. Instead of trying to actually secure that ace for Angelo, they're like, no, let's take all the guns we possibly can. We don't know if he's holding with a judge or whatever it may be. And now Wichita get back on their buy round, 4 rounds away, though our Patriots from tying things all up. Wichita, they've got to make use of this match point while they still can, because Patriots are hot on their heels.
Now, 2 things to note though is the Heartless Fury alongside being 1 away from that lockdown. Although it didn't contribute much previously, in fact that was the 1 round they lost, but still, you know, a really solid just space making and controlling in terms of the breathing. For that, ooh, Kai just gets spotted. You know, take some chip damage. Fine for now though. But the shield is gone.
Just creeping up towards grass. Angelo still has the recon bolt available. It might be a quick plant on B situation looking at the posturing of Patriots here. It's a risky decision though. B is the easiest site to retake as the defenders. So while it would be different, while they have a shot at getting on site, the question is if they can hold in the post plant.
Spike goes down, falling down to 5v5. Heartless Fury likely used for the post plant. So, because considering we're all holding, right, that's going to be the main tool of defense that they have. Aside from that, it'll be just sprays. But considering where the spike is too, they'll probably have to maybe play a little bit more forward. There's a lockdown, but McFerguson with a deep flank here. Oh, Angelo reads it beautifully. 2 more go down. Wichita in a 5v2, stuck on the outside. Once again, this is the buy up, right? And the caught once again that ping pong that we saw Patriots were in before. Gonna use utility. Aftershot not gonna connect, but the nade will.
A flawless round for Patriots as well, and that was a must-win round there for Wichita. Now they're looking at Patriots potentially earning that double digits in this next one, as Wichita is going to be pushed onto a save. The Blade Storm was utilized 2 rounds ago, so won't be available here for Wichita either. I would have liked to see the Nightfall being expended there by Jin in the last round to deafen the players of Patriots in their post plant. We're going to have to look forward with it now instead, and since Wichita's on an eco, Patriots, they're going back to that fast A hit.
I mean, that took a couple of seconds, likely not move in, but dry moving his snipe might not be the way to go. Instead, the flash gets put down, and he might live. No. Instead, let me go for the trades, 1 for 1 and pop. I've noticed with a lot of these A takes, you know, usually always gets the first, as he's the first point of contact naturally, but getting his 1 is helping out.
Lots of delay for CT as well with all the nanoswarms, the alarm bots. Got the aftershock waiting for Nico, waiting for that contact out presence. Now used Rotato, the only one towards Heaven, will be taken down, and Patriots looking really good on this post plant hold.
Nightfall available. Like looking to see it, but Jin's not set up for it. I had the spray once again from Angelo. It's just so good, Ash. The confidence is somehow transferred over in the two different halves. And as we're looking at it, Patriots 2 away from tying things up. And I believe if I'm looking at Wichita right now in terms of their bye, right, this is their pretty much last bye up round before they have to force next.
Yeah, this is... Wichita have to win it here. If they don't want to go to OT, Wichita have to win it here. There's no option. There's no other way of cutting the cookie, slicing the bread. It's just the truth when it comes down to it. Conditioning, though, towards the A side still comes through with that boombot, but the lack of continued presence, I think, will be enough to tell Wichita that they aren't committing to a fast A. You can hear that owl drone out towards B as well, checking the close corner. Doesn't find much more, as it's actually a cut noise and a re-hit situation. Patriots haven't pulled this quite yet.
But both tripwires are there by A. Alongside the cam watching everybody to walk in, and there is also Kai waiting for the entry. They know most commonly they stack up by sewers, and that's how they made their way in. But with no big ultis to go off without a round, the flashes, they get smoked off, and tripwire not gone. They don't look to see Kai, but Kai doesn't get it. Then they force him away. That's one for him. Then the transfer works out. The flash finally gets it. Papa is there. Not stuck in a 2v3 and about to Angelo again. Angelo has the big transfer previously, but now he has to come up with it. He can't do it. That's 13 to 10. Oh, they finally get ready to go. Patriots are on the attack, Ash. So, I'm sure they're feeling pretty confident.
Well, I would imagine so. Everything considered. I mean, like, yes and no. Sure, confident maybe because they're starting on the attacking side, but at the same time, they struggled for like 9-10 rounds in a row before getting that final one to actually win out the map up against the Patriots. So it's like it's probably a mix of emotions, you know, confidence. Maybe it's the side that they prefer to start out on, but then at the same time, he also just almost fumbled like an 11-0 lead, you know, on the map just beforehand.
You're right. Yeah. Wichita, you know, they did, but they are showing off the defense now as well, right? So like now we've got to be able to see, you know, how they contend against that because they're coming off of 10 rounds in a row. So it's just about surviving, I find, for them at this point. And Patriots for themselves is, can they continue that forward? Can they hit all that 10 rounds and see can they convert it into more? Lock up to 12. Well, that's just the first two. But either way, if we're counting it all as one. Usually not, though. Nonetheless, look forward between these two. All right, comps, nothing too out of the ordinary. Decent stuff, pretty standard stuff for Icebox. I found nothing too crazy because it's Icebox trail aside from your occasional Reyna picks. But besides that, pretty solid. As the Pats right now got a big task, but we're down to a BO1.
What's interesting too is we're seeing a role swap on the side of Patriots. Sheriff Shaquille previously was a controller on both Bind and Haven, now moving over towards the duelist role. So nearly the complete opposite, because normally your controller player is the one you want last alive on your team. As a controller, you have to live the longest, like usually even more so than a sentinel, just because of the cover you provide on both site stalls and retakes. So I wonder if this change of pace is going to affect the performance of Patriots and Shaquille specifically with a big rule swap like that.
Especially considering how well he did on Vine. I think right around like 25 to 6 or something like that playing that Viper role, but which can have the same results. Making the first point of contact as Big Ferguson is that. You see some chip damage, but managing to stay alive is the best part of all this. Is now Papa comes in, can't land the shots on the one. As Angelo will take his life and Spike should go down.
Spike initiated now, finally. Retaken pending from Raptors, trying to do as much damage as possible, but somehow we're sitting at a 3v3 now, maybe at a 3v2. as Wichita find openings on this retake. Smiling alone, turning it into a 1v1.
4 bullets as well now, Smiling too, but not like he has many things to delay. Oh, Kai played that so patiently. Not double tapping here either. Giving Wichita their first round on defense, on Icebox. This is what you want to see if you are them. And that immediately, you know, feels good just because, yeah, this is the kind of momentum to carry forward on Haven as well.
Settle down. It's the first round of the map. Might be
Nah,
the
I'm
last
calling it.
map, but it's the first round of the map. It's a lot of expectations and lack of expectations being put on the other team with a statement like that.
Fair enough. You right. You know, I'm clearly getting too excited. I apologize. That pistol means nothing. It's just the numbers all. We'll see
That's
now
also not
what the
true.
Patriots can do. Okay, alright, fine. Maybe I'll lean over to one side too much again. It's okay. I'll say nothing at all. It's 1-0. That's it. That's all. That's pretty much everything that's present.
You're not wrong.
Let's go. All right.
I
we
can
did it.
give you that. You're not wrong. But Patriots,
Huge.
they're cutting noise outside of A side. They showed early presence towards Belt. Now, just silence as they look to re-hit, maybe closer to the 1 minute mark. But it's a dangerous choice to make as well when there's so much stalling power on Wichita at the moment. And you haven't drawn out any utility at this point. You're already at a disadvantage when it comes to weapons.
So now instead of deciding popping the dash early on as bold from Sheriff, I would assume that off this he would have liked to let's just go off on, you know, try moving towards Nest and maybe have an exit route out of there. But speaking of exit, Sky gets his. I've taken a bunch of damage, but this gives them enough space. But Papa says sees one, pitches the flash, and now through that, Chester McFerguson to drop down. Now, just as a spike drops, so do all 4 members of the Patriots. And that's 5. All 5.
The thing, if you want to go for the make presence, cut noise, re-hit, a little bit later situation, you got to draw out a little bit more utility than that. Flawless round there for Wichita, but at the very least it was just an eco round there for Patriots as well. They'll finally have a full buy, rifles across the board for Patriots. And looking at their alt economy, could have some more investment going in towards Smiling. It seems like even with just having Smiling holding this spike, Patriots are putting a lot of value into the Resurrection, which has potential to even come online here or for the next round. For the first time, Patriots are now looking outside of B, trying to take the long angles.
Right, Tato almost tracked that all the way up top, but now they know that with how far Sheriff Shaquille has made his way through, I was anticipating a couple more rotations to come in, but as the wall now goes up, still holding strong by all the kills or util is there. And the spike is at be planted, they only break down one side of the wall before it goes down, so still waiting to move in. Spike goes in.
Spike planted.
Spike initiated though. Retake game here for Wichita as Patriots play largely towards main. Sheriff Shaquille the only one here towards yellow.
So there's 4. Is it 4v4 now? Is that Shaquille moving between this, trying to decide which angle he wants, trying to peek out towards him. Either one would have been a tough fight, but Wichita decide instead of letting them get poked at, they will instead just run at them by green, and they should have just enough time to defuse as well.
Taking this third round in pocket is absolutely massive to set up the tone for the early quarter of the matchup, right? This time, Patriots are not going to waste any time popping that time out right off the bat instead of waiting like we saw previously. But what's going to be important here is for Patriots to break the cycle early on, not fall into that back and forth like buy save situation that they found themselves in on Haven in the first half. But we've seen what either of these teams can do when they find an early start.
You're right. It's right, at least being proactive, like you're saying, but I'm choosing to, be a bit more patient here, Ash. I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket right away, because that'd be wrong of me to do so. Our 3-0 leads are there, but until we're looking at our 7s or 9s, and that's where maybe we can definitely start to call it. But a good start, if anything, is Wichita God. We'll see how the Patriots decide to adapt. As only when the switch sides is where it truly came into form. But right now, the save once again. They'll have to contend with likely just getting the spike down, to survive from there. So far, though, it's been the same type of pushes, right? 2 go up on Bell, 2 go down below. One likely just tucks to the side of the corner and spike and they plant down by neutral by playing right below Greats and then looking one by spawn. And instead, we want to see them maybe change up a little bit, maybe play a bit more off site, try to only commit one person, even flank down mid. Hey, keep it fresh.
I mean, it is also an eco round, though, for Patriots. So right now, they're just trying to do what they can, try to get information, get some picks. Then they can put those more interesting plans into action once you have rifles back in hand. Talk screen up towards A, but you always have that Killjoy utility to deal with. And look at this push down tube.
HSEL no, he wins! That's so big! Seems though the mid plan is working out, taking one away. Catching off a surprise is nice, but still a 4v4 though. There's still 2 moved over to see that the spike has been committed, and now as it goes down, Angelo unfortunately caught. Listen, he's held quite often. And since it is a save, right, there's not a ton they can do, but the only gun on their hands is on HSEL. And naturally, he's doing quite well with it. We know him to be pretty confident when it comes to that Vandal. Only managed to take 2. Considering the econ of Wichita, we're not too worried about that.
4-0 here for Wichita Patriots. They'll be back on a bye in this next round. I just want to take a look at what else is going on for this team, what ultimates we might have to work with going into round number 5. But the Patriots are still going to lean outside of A. You see a ping going down towards mid from the Wichita side saying, okay, be wary of that lurk. HSEL last round tried to move up towards mid side, try to get a lurk off. Succeeded in his timing. But now, looking at Patriots, that resurrection is available, so a chance to breathe another air of life into a member of Patriots. Someone goes down early. But I do question the move towards A because I find that Patriots struggle so often against the Killjoy utility.
Yeah, it has been hard when it's been, more prominent, but I've seen a ton of it except right now where it does get set up because usually we see it over by B, but through which Spike still goes down. We're up in a 5v5. Get a couple of seconds to move in, holding much higher angles. Leaving it to just 3 though. Lockdown still available. It could be a big tool to be used, but currently looking to just prod around to see what they might be holding. Rotator looks takes him a forward angle, almost gets 3 there, but Kai has his back in the 1v1, smiling wins.
First round on the board for Patriots. It was an expensive one though at the same time. Enough to stop the bleeding for a little bit. A round win that Patriots so desperately needed, but they lost so many guns in the process. It's going to be difficult to find enough economy cushion in the near future. At the very least, Wichita, Patriots have kept it competitive up against Wichita, so they're going to be hurting for some money in a couple of rounds if Patriots can continue to get some in their own favor. But for the first time, seeing Patriots split up, playing contact default across the map, a lot more quietly towards the A side. Very non-committal spike positioning as well as Patriots play for a pick.
Naturally so. And now Patriots, right, this is a big win. Although one that came down to the wire, but at least gives them a couple seconds to cushion the one that they weren't allowed on Haven. Curly though. Still chilling outside, eh? Like you were saying. Because getting outside of Viper's pit is going to be the toughest part, especially with the smoke that they have down by B. Oh, down by mid, I should say. So that could be the best option for trying to move into B if they wanted to, but they're still moving forward inch by inch. That turret should spot them as soon as they pass that trajectory. I've been smiling first as well, but oh, Kai's vote gets tagged instead. And choose to fall off.
I'm fine one on back A site, but that 0 point, there's so much stall there for Wichita. Spike yet to be initiated. 20 seconds left here, Rab. Things are about to get messy on the A side.
No. Res used though. Let's get Nico back. We're down to about 10 seconds. Spike still has nothing to go down, but the wall gives him enough cover to do so. 4v3 now left. Kai's not looking forward. He's one in the corner. Can't find the second. Robotero's there to get his back. Now up on top of zip lines. Papa, does he see him? This could be big. But he shoots me too early. He's still up top. I'm trying to find him. Angelo is no. Now the 1v1. Wichita come out on top.
5-1 now. That was a bit of a nerve-wracking round, to be honest, from both teams. I mean, things just got scrappy. Util dumps across the board. Everyone coming from everywhere. And now Patriots being pushed onto an eco. They do have the Blade Storm to fall back on here for Sheriff Shaquille. Looking at him to be that entry presence for AESHS Patriots. I don't even know why I bother not trying to trip up.
You gotta just say the Pats, bro. Just say the Pats. See, you make your life too hard, Ash. But either way, I'm not the one dictating. Instead, Blade Storm just gets nullified for a couple of seconds. Delayed, actually. They were all up top. They knew the B by next. The drop down was there. They were covered with the molly. You talking about the KJ util, and I get it. Damn.
The thing is, too, is that McFerguson is so disciplined with the utility, right? Like, not usually too trigger happy with it. Saves it to be popped at the right time. And that's what makes it difficult for Patriots, because it's not like they're finding any success in baiting out those mollies early on, even when they don't fully commit to like a spike plant. And they also have to worry about a lockdown here on the retake alongside that null command. One away from Snipe to also get the showstopper online. So Wichita, they just have to play far back on B here, fall back, fall off, play the take in.
Ooh, and that's top person to lose. Right after the rip, if you want Wichita as well. Because that now gives you no cover at all. But they have the lockdown and null command on Wichita. So these are the biggest ways that they could try to go for the retake. But Sheriff Shaquille can definitely make that difference considering where they're all centered. There's no flank quester, there's no alarm bot there. And that's the lockdown as well. They could be taken down. Hard to Sphere using response. Should be able to take it. The second shot doesn't come in. That has more health now, so it doesn't go down. Now finally they manage to get it as they all fall in. The flank works out. And just Papa left. The 4v1 though, can't do much more than that.
Perfect timing coming out from Sheriff Shaquille. Really nice trigger discipline as well to ensure one pick before destroying the lockdown, alerting Wichita to his presence, to his location. You can see the pings going out from Patriots here. They're pinging out towards mid, pinging towards B, looking to split under 2. But Wichita with pings of their own. Would be nervous for Nico. I thought going by themselves, but Shaquille will be there to back them up. But they should be faced up with 1 or 2 towards Boiler.
Toxins going up.
All entirely possible. They decide to move up S4 through green, past the yellow boat chair. It's gonna be the one trying to stop him with the knife. Doesn't actually catch him. He's just sitting behind, but instead they go up top to a high-low angle, and Papa is good enough to see that, you know, that's okay. I'll chill around back. I'll take 2 for myself. But you think they're planting? I don't think so. Because a molly as well to delay them. and as your Sage wall essentially gone as well. They got clear open angles on the mash. And with no spike in the hands of Nico, that's dropped outside. It's gonna be Haim against 3. He managed.
Oh!
Almost. Oh my god, that was close.
If it wasn't ADS, I bet you he gets the second.
Oh yeah.
It's tough in that situation. 12-4 right now for Kai as well, who has a showstopper online. Both raises are the only ones with their ultimates here going into the next round. We've got 3 rounds left, including this one, before we swap sides. Again, this is the last map in the best of 3 for the central finals of the HSEL Valorant Major here, Ravish. The winner of this matchup moves on to Nationals to play up against the other top teams from other regions. Loser knocked out.
And playing for a lot as well, right, Ash? They're playing for the highest money, right? The honor and glory of being able to represent your region and have a cushion before going into college. So, all that and more is definitely driving them forward. They made it this far, and no teams want to fall down here. No matter the kind of back and forth maps we've seen, they all have one dream.
Having to re-clear out towards mid as well after investing so much of their team, their entire team, in fact, towards the A side. We do have the poison orb coming out from Patriots that has staved off a push down from mid from Wichita. But despite the investment of the toxic screen earlier on the A site, they're going for a B blitz. Completely left open as Wichita elects to stick together as a group, play their numbers advantage. With 30 seconds left, they're going for the plant, but there is a snake bite lineup impending, waiting.
I mean, you know, one did manage to land and it does a bit of damage, right? But it's fine for now. So the long range shots, they do work out for Sheriff. They're confident trading that. But Kai moves against him, reads the dash, Renderes comes in, but unfortunately they both fall, so it's all for naught. Now the Patriots looking to survive, but unfortunately not under the watchful eyes of Kai.
8th round on the board. 2 more to go in this half. Really nice retake play from Wichita. I like how this team stuck together towards the A site. Didn't allow Patriots to kind of just like poke holes in their defense by distracting them, pulling away from them from each other and zoning Wichita. The Patriots, now they're on an eco round here, Rav. They will have a bye for the last round of the half. But again, looking at the eco fragger there, Sheriff Shaquille having to pull up with the Blade Storm because it's pistols across the board. It's the best weapon that Patriots have got to try to get picks and find some sort of win condition into this round.
I probably won't catch anybody, but it's still stacked up by 4, and we see right now, so are the rest of Wichita as well, but unfortunate peek. Nice shot, ripping that one early. Showstopper will catch him, and the showstopper back as well too. So both those traded, but still is Wichita with only 2. Looking to make it almost an 8-4 half if possible for their side. Would be a nice cushion going into the next half for the Pats, but Wichita, look, they're falling off. I don't think they're too keen on trying to go for this take back here. Never mind.
They're moving in. There's a Viper's pit to worry about though, and it's a bit of a wonky one as well. Can't do too much in that situation. Kai in a 1v3. I feel like it's just wise to go for the save. Time's ticking at this point. You know it's planted up top. It's scary. You can go for exit frags if you want. Finding the rest should be difficult.
No time at all, and as the time also expires in terms of the smoke integrity, so it won't matter. But for now, as we reach the last round before the half, we'll see what the Patriots can potentially show us before the attacking side, before the defensive side, I should say. Sorry. And a tough buy for Wichita, right? Two of them essentially got a which half buy for themselves. That being Jim Rotato, the Spectre, and the Bulldog. The worst of situations, but a good one to be in when you're looking at your final round and try to rock up as many points as you can.
Poison orb emitting.
I'm looking at either Rotato or over at, I believe, Papa in this round. Each of them are one away from their ultimates, and all Commander Viper's Pit. Could be huge for Wichita to get that 9th round on the board, but if you're Patriots, of course, you want every edge up as possible to get a little bit closer to the scoreline of Wichita. Playing split contact very quietly once again here as Patriots slow down their pacing, finding a bit more success after going to play for picks instead. The scan out towards backside won't catch either member playing towards mid on the Wichita side. Toxic screen has yet to be popped as well. Knife for back yellow finds nothing, but it might be a little nerve-wracking there for Wichita as that lack of presence is false.
And as soon as they find enough space and decide that B's is like they want to commit to, the wall goes up, and now the spike goes down as well. But look how deep Sheriff Shaquille's made it. Gives him a chance to get 3 here. The conversion is beautiful. And although he doesn't get out, but he's done his job. As he even Snipe manages to make his way back, using the nade to clear out the top corner. Ferguson taking a bunch of chip damage, but still trades it back. Still not nice enough, but up against 3 and 25 health. This is so tough on, the turret doesn't land on top of the wall either. And he's not pretty much having to guess, but that's a good start off. Going to see what the second 2 are, but shock dart lands right on time.
Hey, when it's the last 2 agents alive and they're the 2 post-plan agents, you got 25 HP, odds are it's going to be tough to get out. Swapping sides now, though, Wichita will be on the attack, AESHS Patriots on the defense.
Hey, alright.
The thing is... What?
Now saying, alright, you nailed it, let's go.
Oh. But what I was trying to say, though, Rab, is that Wichita found their success on the defender side because their team is so defender-sided as far as their composition goes, right? They have the ability to hold. They have the ability to stall. So they're going to be put to their mettle for Wichita on what they can do on the attack with such a passive team. And the answer seems to be 5-stack through A, straight under tunnel in pistol.
All right. Under tunnel we go. Nobody found by mid, and they'll choose to plant for B. Choose to plant for mid as well. So now the most important thing is gonna have to be, if you're looking past kitchen, taking control of that, and whether or not Rotator is gonna fall. Rotator does fall. So now this will become a lot harder because you're not all stacked up trading nades and util. No one falling because of which they get the heal back as well. But he just trades the shots. The wall goes up. He gets a couple of seconds to peek into the corner and manage to get up, but that pixel angle is right past the wall. Hey, Ferguson makes a bold play, but they can just peek through it. They're fine. Just one more person alive, and that's Sheriff Shaquille.
How did McFerguson live for so long? I know that it was a sliver of the wall, but it's like Ferguson's shots were all hitting, and nobody's could finish him off. I also want to point out, Kai is currently 20-6 right now on the raise pick here for Wichita. Wichita have just really been winning out the gun rounds pretty frequently in these matchups, as well on top of their really solid hold on the defense retake game. But Patriots are going to need to step up because Wichita, they're looking at the potential double digits here after winning pistol.
It's the same sort of 5-stack once again, but instead of rushing down through mid, they'll, take the chances of seeing the classic push by yellow. Leaving the Viper at the back as the walnut goes up, the knives get traded, and the rest of the packs, right? They're mainly over by A, and now as they move in, the shotguns won't connect as they're right by the wall, so it'll give them the time to move back and And Rotato falling back is what we're looking for. And that look roll, and gets his. He's done his job.
Falling back now to regroup towards main with the rest of the team as well. Bolster the post plan to not get caught out and zoned out and isolated. Blast pack over towards yellow will earn one pick, but it's not enough as Nico is in a 1v3 situation. No time left, able to earn the next, but not the seconds. And double digits are secured here by Wichita, 10-4, in what was an incredibly scrappy round by the end of things, and I think both teams bought into it.
I think, yeah, that was something that they were more than down for, especially considering how things went, and the Patriots knew that they needed to do something to at least ensure that they couldn't take all those guns into the next round, so as to at least get some more buffer for themselves with their own buy-up rounds. And the Patriots now, like they're looking to deliberate. All right, we're down 6 rounds. We've come back from worse. And now in the gun round 2, they have to see how they can survive the next 3. Because if they can at least get the next 2, then they know the Wichita's on a save again. And they're that much closer to being able to tie things up. But the question is, though, will they do so? I'll have to find out.
I don't think Patriots get the next 2.
Okay. All right. Wow.
Well, no, the only reason I say that is if you think about the money.
Sure.
Both teams forced in, right? So this was supposed to be Patriots' full buy round. Said they gambled it. It didn't work out for them, unfortunately. But Wichita, they're going to have that money to just full buy up anyways, as you should when you know that Patriots won't have the money to take those guns out of your hand. You should be buying a full loadout on your bonus round when it happens. Largely what we're going to see, most guns will be carried over regardless, and Patriots, they're stacked on the A site, but look at the spike.
Yeah, that's tough, but look, Patriots got the first, right? So things maybe look a little bit better. I don't know how else things go from there, though, considering all 4 of them are still by A. And the knife didn't cancel in full on either of them, so
They play
not
numbers.
through this, it's a posting situation once again.
Play numbers, though. I mean, full clearing out towards mid. All 5 members of Patriots will move over towards green. They have a wall to deal with here, slows as well, and not having the money to break it is tough. But that second frag going into Patriots make things look a lot more feasible on this retake.
Kai managed to get one is nice, so they have to just play outside, play more of the longer angles. But they're defusing here, Ash. All you gotta do is move in, just stops it. They're gonna sneak past 3 of them. A hero play from Jin to put them at 11.
This earns the resurrection for Jin as well for Wichita Southeast Esports. 3 rounds in a row, and finally a bye to be mustered here by the Patriots. Operator into the hands of Shaquille as well, who has the Blade Storm in case things go awry for him. But you gotta worry about that res. You want to try and knock Jin out early or pick off Wichita in unresable positions. Because Patriots have to play perfect from here on out to try and make it a close match.
You know, Patriots did almost take that round. Like, it was so close. It was looking possible. Spike was at half, but plays like that is what Wichita, took almost 11 rounds last time. Although fell 10, but still. Managed to clutch things out.
The slow.
Now all we gotta do is clutch the next 2 shots go in. Kai gets them. Still on top. Can't manage to take down 2. I'm making it to this site. But still 3-4. They have the res available. Wichita, I imagine, should look to use this before that postman.
Recon does reveal Rotato. Owl drone as well to try and mark another. Ferguson knows the operator is in the hands of Sheriff Shaquille towards mid, but Spike is still down on the A site.
Yeah, that is in a unrecoverable
30 seconds
position
left.
currently.
Gun here.
And I think Wichita knows this. So they either just have to rush it to the side, hope for the best, or hope that maybe some of them moved away. But likely not. Maybe they check the corners here. Don't see anybody. Jin gets one. That's a big pickup. The second take it away. Never mind what I said, but nice shot. Sheriff Shaquille, that's the op gun. And Jin has to plan. There's still one person left, moving all the way around the longest possible route. Taking gives him enough time. And the res is big up Rotato and sees him. Bossy could be saved, but Nico jumps up top, catches the right timing, and gets the round.
Able to recover the operator as well to carry back over towards Sheriff Shaquille, and that was the round that Patriots needed to win to stay alive. Wichita, they're still just one away from match point. Don't let that deter you. The Patriots, last time we saw them find their footing a little bit, and they were able to really build some sort of momentum, find the energy, find the synergy for themselves. It's a question of if they can do so in this last map, especially after dropping the first 3 rounds. What they do have on their side, though, at the very least, is that Wichita are also just 1 round away from broken economy. So I think whoever wins this next round kind of determines how the remainder of the half can go. If Patriots manage to secure it, you know, they keep their skin in the game for a little bit longer, they have the opportunity to close the gap. But if Wichita finds the advantage here, we're likely looking at series.
Entirely possible, and that's one way to do it. 7 Nico take up 2 on the mantle. What a start off. Give them a couple of seconds of time, though. It's 4v3 right now.
Still have a toxic screen, hasn't been used quite yet, but Snipe will see one try to cross. Payshell to isolate. But both will be swinging towards Yellow Jin to equalize. A 3v2 situation, but Spike yet to be planted and Hunter's Fury drawn out.
1 enemy remaining.
Gets the tag on Rotato as well.
B.
And it'll leave Jin up against an op that Nico managed to get to. That's 3. With no cover, no time, Patriots are not gonna give them the chance.
This is the round that Patriots needed, right? Wichita now pushed onto a save. They've only got sheriffs. They do have a couple ultimates to work with. I'd like to see, though, for Wichita to save both the lockdown and the Viper's Pit for their rifling round after this. Because they should have 2 other ults online. Then you kind of just seal the deal with that match point, right? And just a change of pace. Shaquille. Disciplined, though. Won't use that first op shot. So Wichita have to keep guessing to see where the op is posted up.
Deep flash to hopefully get the off the main angle, and with the one already used, they instead now choose to move over to B while not put down yet. They could give away a lot of info as to where they might be looking to move. Considering it's their save, they're playing a lot more patient this time on Wichita.
There's a lockdown available for Wichita as well here. But again, unlikely to see those expended in this round. Angelo has yet to be sought out in his location towards yellow. Will back off regardless. Papa on a nice reflank potential here towards mid.
Plays it patiently, gets his due after a bit of trouble, but unfortunately the op does catch, but now they know where the op is, and so Rotato and confidently put down the Viper's Pit. No! Gets sprayed, no cover. Unfortunately, now the Patriots, all you gotta do, sneak their way in, you know, have maybe 1 or 2 people play bodyguard, and 1 person gets shelled on sight, but they can play off with this. Will have the nade available. They can like slow them down with the orb. Speaking of which, that's one of those, and The turret takes Nico's life, sadly. That'll leave them in 2v2, but the Patriots are running out of time as Jin locks them in a simple corridor. A thrifty to push point.
Last player standing.
Wichita have got to be feeling good after that last round. I mean, 6 rounds for Patriots to bring it to an overtime. Wichita on their save, so they've got a full arsenal now. A worthwhile expenditure when it comes down to that lockdown. The Viper's Pit didn't find as much value, but bought enough time for Wichita in the end. Where now they have 2 more tools available in the form of ultimates to help them out on the site execution. You've got the null command and the showstopper, and already really fast pushed out here towards B main for the first time ever on the side of the Patriots.
And Sheriff actually falls off with this too. The wall being put up, they're like obviously playing for the orb here from what you can see, but I would assume the Sheriff would take in the upper mantle, choosing to stay up there, sees one, but cannot convert it, has to move away. But the dart is enough info to force Wichita off of A.
Yeah, and look at the positioning towards B main. Again, info will be given by the Viper player. So you should know it's a cut noise situation. Some pressure towards mid because of the poison orb that blocks that line of sight. But otherwise, AESHS Patriots should be confident that it's an A hit here.
Smiling Jizzard, they don't check the corner. That's 3 to go down. And not a single person looks left and right before crossing the road. See, that's what you got to do, but at least you get the respect. You get the, they also get the spike back. But Nico has the fight. Easy take. Okay, get the ADS kill, but matters not. Even at match points, Patriots continue to persevere.
Nico's push out from B main provided so much value to Patriots as well, to just have that extra vote of confidence in, okay, I know they're not here. I can't even hear them rotating in spawn. You guys should stick around towards the right side of the map. On to another eco round here as Patriots save themselves from elimination, but they still have 5 rounds to go to do so. In Wichita, I mean, last time they were on Nico round, that was the last round that they won Rav. That's all I'm saying. There's potential.
You're not wrong. Yeah, this is. I'm open to any and all possibilities that are present in front of me, of course. But if I put them out in the ether, right, I will feel as though that I'm responsible for them. Words have power, Ash, and I can't be the one to hold that responsibility. What I will say though is this tonight has got to be good for at least one here. If you want to start the pushing and wants to continue the patch run. But Chef Shaquille instead might look to change that. That's one given over before the wall pops, and the second might be taken to move against him. So that was good for his, and it doesn't matter not. It's Sheriff though. Stuck in front of him. Should be able
30
to
seconds
just
left.
ensure Patriots go up to 8.
Still match point for Wichita, back onto a bye after an unsuccessful eco round. SHS Patriots, though, they're building a little bit of money savings for themselves, so if they can continue on with the momentum, even with close rounds, should have enough. But again, they're the ones in the hot seat. It's a best of 3 series, 1-1 for either of these teams. Both of them, that is. And we're on the last map here for the central finals of the HSEL Valorant Fall Major. Playing farther back in spawn here, Wichita are leaning over towards the B side, having some sort of lurk presence on A to ensure that Patriots doesn't have that opportunity to push out again. The Patriots hasn't done so since. It worked the one time, but Wichita are already worried about it and said just plain chill, playing far back, looking to be reactive. As Wichita creep up, play contact in A main. But the barrier orb is still up. That wall is still there. And Patriots don't have to worry until it breaks.
You can take all the time they need until the cracks start forming to the armor. Instead, Sheriff Shaquille being forced out top angle. Makes it tough for someone to decide that's all they need to do. Wall gets broken. And they choose to fall off.
I mean,
30 seconds left.
to be fair, Wichita hasn't faked A in that kind of sense in a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
They are running over towards the B side, but with the amount of time that was bought, the time that it takes, Patriots are already rotating over. Potato about to get a timing here in kitchen. Knows one dropped on mid.
10 seconds left.
Doesn't catch him though. Maybe on Nico and Sniper. Y'all move over to get the rest back as well. Nico stays alive. Trading 1 for 1 at the time is against them. Potato's watching it. He's good for 2. It's 2v4. It's up to Nico and Sheriff Shaquille to clutch out the round for the Patriots. It's a valiant effort, but not facing one more round. They've got to do it all. And time not in their favor. Sheriff falls. Nico puts out the ultimate. And it's just him against 3, and he cannot do it. That'll be Wichita to complete the run back.